What's going on, guys? Ashtinho Plays here, and welcome back to the FIFA 16 Sheffield United Career Mode series. And today we begin a new season for the fourth time, and it's going to be an exciting one because we've got Champions League football and £51 million to blow on players. So in this episode we are going to have one game in the league, our first league game against Leicester. But before we get onto that, this is our current team. Now we're going to show you our shortlist. Now first up, 23-year-old keeper Arrizabalaga from Athletic Bilbao, and he is going to be a loan signing initially, but at the end of the season when we've got more funds we will be buying him on a permanent. And the reason that we can't buy him on a permanent is mainly because if you look at all the players we're investing in here, Ginter and Jedvaj as defenders, I can't afford to buy both of them if I want to get Nabil Bentaleb in midfield. Quite a good little player, he's played in the Premier League before, so he's pretty well worth it. And also Bertrand Traore for extra cover up front, because every season I always feel as though we need to sign an extra striker just to give us that bit of, just bolster the forward line. But there are a few loan signings we're going to be making. And the right mid from Barcelona, Bruma, we're going to be signing, as well as Bergwijn from Real Madrid. And as I said, Arrizabalaga is going to be a loan signing. So those three players have signed now. That is all done and dusted. And we are just going to show the latter stages of our European International Cup pre-season tournament. Last season we showed all of it, but to be honest, there's not much point. We'll just simulate the semi-finals, and if we get to the final we'll simulate that as well. Hopefully get some nice prize money. As you can see, we'll win 2-0, so that is all well and good. And we are on to the final now, so if we win we're going to get some nice prize money, and it should help us. Now what I'm probably going to have to do is sign Ginter from Borussia Dortmund on a permanent, which I do want to do. I don't want to loan him. Besides, I've actually tried and I'm pretty sure they said no, so I have to buy him. As you can see here, we win 3-0, pretty convincing win on a simulation, so that is our tournament. We have won and we get the prize money from that. So anyways, now on to the contract offers, because I sorted all of the transfer offers before showing you the shortlist, so all that is left to do is give them their contract offers. And as you can see here, we have offered a nice little contract to Bertrand Traore from Chelsea, good young player, and he is a very good striker, so he'll add a lot to our team and our forward line, I believe. Now we have one new midfielder from last season, that is Tolisso. Now we're going to further bolster that centre midfield position with Nabil Bentaleb, and Ginter for now we're going to put on hold, because I want to be able to sign him on a permanent. We haven't quite got enough, so I might have to request some extra funds. Their current aim for me in this season is finishing mid-table, so I'm going to be having a look at that and asking for extra 5 million maybe, and we should be able to afford him, so I'll be all well and good. And as you can see here, we have sorted out contract offers and stuff, so we are now finished with signing those players at least. And we're just going to simulate the Community Shield. We lose 3-1. To be honest though, it's just the Community Shield. It's a curtain raiser, really isn't a major piece of silverware, so I was just going to simulate that all along, because the game I'm actually going to show you in this episode, after I've showed you the new squad, is going to be the first home game against Leicester. So we're now going to put the new signings into the squad. I'm going to put Bentaleb straight in, because it'll massively improve the quality of our midfield. We're going to have Skugel on the bench though, and Bruma is now going to be promoted to the starting lineup, but we're just initially putting him on the bench so we can have Gnabry there in place of him. Now, as things stand, I'll bring Bergwijn on as a sub, I think. I'll bring Bergwijn on as a sub, but he'll be on the bench. I could put Wes Burns on the bench, but I don't know. For this game, I feel as though Gnabry would be the right option, considering how he performed in the last game of the last season when he scored 2 goals to get us to come from behind against Aston Villa and win 3-2, which resulted in us getting into the Champions League. So that was very good. And as you can see, we're just looking at Bruma's stats. He is so pacey. So pacey. He's going to add a lot to that right-hand side of play, and we are really going to terrorise teams. So I mean, this bench is very much provisional. It very well could change, and we're not finished with signings just yet. I also removed Darlow because, you know, he's not a bad goalkeeper, but realistically not the standard we're looking for. So Aritza Balaga is coming into the team for him. And without further ado, we have finished all of the admin stuff that comes with the new season. We're now going to take on the opening game. Now, in case I need to remind you, we have a terrible record in the opening games of seasons. Our record stands at a 1-1 draw against Gillingham in our first season, a 1-1 draw against Fulham in our second season when we were in the Championship, and then in the Premier League, we drew... No, we didn't even draw. It was 2-0 to Everton. So we don't have a good record in first games, but you never know. Anything could happen, and we kick off. So, as you can see, early goals from Spurs, you know, no messing around, but there was a bit of messing around from Traore here, to be honest. A really tame shot, I don't know what he was doing. But Dicko here, he bursts through, as he has done many times last season, getting off to this similar sort of start this season. So, yeah, I mean, here though, out of absolutely nothing, what is that defender doing? Handballing it. Tolisso scored most of his penalties last year. Is his luck going to end? Is it going to continue? It ends. I mean, that is the first penalty I've missed in ages on career mode. I can't remember the last time before that I missed a penalty on career mode. So, that's pretty interesting. But at half time, 0-0, pretty finely balanced, and we could go on to win it if we take our chances, that is. But here it looks like a chance could be on as Traore in the box blazes it over. I mean, to be honest, why didn't he just take a touch? I don't know. But the game isn't really very responsive and doesn't do what you want it to. But here, first real action for the new keeper, Aritza Balaga. Great save from him. But here, look at that shot. There is absolutely nothing he can do about that. And we go behind against Leicester, who've just got promoted. This could be their revenge for us dumping them out of the Championship playoffs at the end of Season 2. It really could, but, you know, still plenty of time left, and we had to try and push for an equaliser. And here, Bergwijn brought on as a sub, finds Traore, and it is a good block. He really could have scored there, though. And, unfortunately, that is going to be it. We do lose 1-0 in the first game. But it's nothing to worry about. Honestly, as I said before, we have an appalling record in the first game of the season. We're not fast starters in any season, you know. Every season is a slow burner, but once it gets going, it is always a good season, and this season should be no different. I think the side has a lot of promise and is going to finish, you know, towards those European places once again, and hopefully we'll have a good run in the Champions League when we get into that, which will be next episode, I think, but that is just a qualifier we'll be doing for that episode. So anyways, the first episode of Season 4 is done, and we're beginning a new adventure in the Champions League, so be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out, guys.